Imagine a world where you aren't just a hero, you're a legend. After years in the dark, the greatest superhero MMO of all time isn't just back, it's officially licensed and better than ever. Back at the beginning of 2024, NCSoft and the volunteers that run the City of Heroes Homecoming server reached a licensing deal. It's no longer a private server that has to hide in the dark hoping it won't get shut down. It's a stable official home for your characters. Today, we're not going to just give you a few, we're going to give you 13 reasons why you should download City of Heroes Homecoming today. Number 1, the gold standard of costumes. In this game, you really can truly be anything. Now, we call it City of Heroes, and you can definitely do a lot of different superheroes, small superheroes, big superheroes, two-handed weapon superheroes, fire-ray superheroes, and all that. But heck, you can also be a floating skull, and half skeleton, and a flying vulture creature looking thing, or an angel, or a Viking warrior. There's so many things you can be in this game because the costume creator has so many different options. You can be a biker gang person, you name it, you can probably be it in this game. Even a monstrous alien, it's all in here, and the only limit is your imagination. Number 2, unique archetypes. So over here in Homecoming, we got the Sentinel. It blends offense and defense. If you want to be something like Iron Man that could both throw out long-range laser beams but still take a kick in the nose, it's totally a thing. You can now do that with the Sentinel. Personally, it was one of the reasons I came back, because when I played back in the old days, I found blasters and scrappers to be too squishy, but I also wanted some range stuff, and there wasn't a lot of options for that. But the Sentinel is here, and it's super fun to play, and it's absolutely one of my favorite archetypes here in City of Heroes Homecoming. Reason number 3, there is zero pay to win. So in modern gaming, man, you got to pony up if you wanna play the game. You want to cross the bridge, you got to pay the toll. And so a lot of these games, especially on your cell phones and stuff, they're constantly asking you for money to open up loot boxes and stuff, or put you through arduous grinds. So they hold a gun to your head. But here, none of that exists. The grind, such as it is pretty easy and it's fun. There's no one asking for any money. There's no monthly fees. Zip zero zilch. No battle passes. No loot box. And everything in the game is earned through play. Here on the screen, you're actually seeing a lot of things that used to be in a pay-to-win store, but is now absolutely purchasable either for free or just with in-game currency that is easily owned. Number 4, travel powers. My goodness gracious, I love travel powers in City of Heroes. How many MMOs have I played where they make you run around really slowly and eventually you get a horse that goes a little bit faster? Woohoo! In this game, you get cool super speed, fast jumping, leaping over tall buildings in a single bound, or my personal favorite, flight, and there's even a few others in between. But you get a travel power, you can get it very early in your character's career, and or you can buy items from that vendor that I just mentioned that will also give you like jetpacks and stuff to help you travel around as well. But in City of Heroes, getting from place to place is actually fun and exciting. As you kind of see in some of the video footage here, it's something that I absolutely love. It's so hard to go back to older school MMOs after you've played City of Heroes. And Homecoming gives you those travel powers very, very early so you can get right into it. You don't have to go through a long grind to get your flight. Reason number 5, new power sets. So we have really cool power sets over here in Homecoming. Things like Arsenal Control, Symphony Control, Psionic Armor, and more. The devs are constantly working to add and innovate into the game. And oh boy, I've tried every single new one, and almost every single one is a banger. I absolutely enjoy all the new power sets they're adding to this game. And I always want to give a huge shout out to the volunteer dev force that's working hard to keep this game fresh and interesting. I have so much fun with these new sets. Highly suggest if you haven't been to Homecoming in a long time or City of Heroes since you left, come back and try some of these out. They're just so much fun. Pyrotechnics, fireworks, what isn't to like? Things go popping off into the air. You got to check it out. Number 6, the sidekicking system. So City of Heroes has this really cool sidekicking system so that at level 50 can play with a level 1 character and it works pretty seamlessly. It's one of the most social MMOs ever made because of this. There's just very few restrictions to how people can partner up, and you can have a good time in this game regardless of the level that you're at. Now, don't get me wrong, the higher level quests are going to require you to get to a higher level, but most of the stuff you can definitely sidekick and work together to do. And it's easier than ever to level up because the game has, I think you can go and buy, that costs you nothing, that gives you double XP. So leveling up is easy, playing the game is easy, and playing them with your friends with different alts is easy. Come and check that out. Reason number 7, meaningful content. So there's new zones here within Homecoming. They've not only just been working to add in new archetype and power sets that you can play with, but also new zones. Callisti Warp has been completely revamped and is now filled with lots of bad guys and quests and things to be done, as you can kind of see in the video here. It used to be just like kind of this dead zone that you went to, I think, for one of the task force once in a while, and that was about it. But now it's filled with life. It was the unfinished project, and now it looks like it belongs in the game. There's also the hard mode task forces. So if you're a person who likes to really push content and plus 4 just ain't good enough for you, well, they've got these task forces that you can crank up the stars on to get bigger and bigger rewards, such as more and more prismatic aethers. And you can bump up the difficulty now to even +7. Go all the way up to +7 so you can really push your builds. You can only do that here on City of Heroes Homecoming. Reason number 8, the builds, right? Everyone plays RPGs. You play these for the builds. So you've got all these different enhancements with enhancement slots. Like in most RPGs, you'll basically have like different slots like boots and gloves and stuff like that. They'll add some defensive points here and there. Maybe you'll get a set bonus if you get 5 pieces of the same set and you get a little extra kick. But in City of Heroes, every single different power has slots, and you get to choose how many slots go into which power. And you can see those improvements immediately. The tooltips that you see here gives you all the information that you need to know where to slot and how to slot, and you can see the differences in your powers. You can see your firepower, for example, go for an average of 30 damage all the way up to 60 points of damage because you slot it kind of correctly. You can increase your accuracy and how fast it recharges and so much more. Talking about builds is a huge part of the game. It'll keep you going for many, many years. You'll never get bored of playing the same character. Just mix up their build and experience them a whole different way. Reason number 9, limitless content. Now, before I jump into this point, I want to take a moment out here to show you some of our base. One of the things you can do in this game, it's not one of the official reasons, but maybe it should be, is you can design your own super base. So you're checking out some of the work that our SG, one of our SG builders has really put a lot of time into this to make this place look pretty cool. And this is just the beginning. He's got a lot more work he wants to get done here. So I just want to show off a little bit of that before I get to the next point. And the next point is this, limitless content. So one of the things that don't get talked about enough is Ouroboros. It's a place that you can travel to go back in time and play any mission that you miss. You can even access it from your base through a crystal. And it allows you to access the dozens, no hundreds of story arcs that are available within the game. And the devs are adding more story arcs all the time. Each story arc consists of numerous missions, and at the end of all of it, you get a reward of merit rewards that are worth quite a bit of money. They're fun to do, they're a fun way to level up your character, and they're very flexible. Depending on the number of people, you can go in and solo them, or you can take a group of 8 in there, and the difficulty will ramp accordingly. It is so much fun. It is tons of great content, and if you missed, and you're going to miss some of the story arcs as you're leveling up, this is a great way to access that. And that's not even talking about the fact that a lot of the elements within a mission can be randomized, such as placement of enemies, layout of the dungeons, and so on and so forth. So it is a very, very replayable game with nearly limitless content. And that also ties in with read number 10, randomized layouts. So the elements of each mission changes as you do it. So you're not just running the same building over and over again. If you repeat some of these same story arcs because you want to grind them up for money or you just like the way that they're done, a lot of these places will change up where they're located, how the hallways are set up, where the mobs are at, and it makes sure the game stays fresh and doesn't get stale anytime soon. It's really cool, and it's something that you don't see in hardly any MMO. It's really, really great. Number 11, soloing scaling. So while this game is enjoyed in groups and it's a lot of fun in groups, a lot of us like to play with either very small groups or even soloing. There's a lot of people that reach out to me and say, yeah, I play alone because I'm busy, or I just enjoy being alone sometimes, whatever. This game is great for the solo player. Every archetype is soloable, though some are obviously easier to do than others or harder to do, but you can do it on every single class. I have done it, and there's a lot of classes where it's just a pure joy. And part of the reason for that is that a lot of the content scales based on the number of people. The hundreds of missions that are in Ouroboros that I just mentioned scale perfectly for solo players when you're playing alone, and is absolutely something that I do all the time and have a great time doing. I do tons of videos on it. So if you're looking for some solo play, it's there for you. Of course, if you want to play in teams and groups, this same content scales up for the groups. The larger you are, the bigger it gets. And you can adjust the difficulty. If things are too easy for you, just bump it up. You can even set it for more players. If you're going alone, but you want to feel like there's as much mobs as there are for 3 players because you're just that much of a bad superhero or awesome superhero, you can go ahead and do that. The power is yours. Reason number 12, we have the kindness community, right? Like, very much so on the City of Heroes Homecoming servers. They are very eager to help. We have a channel dedicated to helping people and answering new player questions. Of course, there's the videos that I do for Homecoming. A lot of my help videos are Homecoming specific, but there's just so much friendliness and help out there for new players or returning players to come back and help you. Not to mention, I'm just standing around Atlas Park. People are buffing me left and right. Lots of strangers will come by and definitely help you. I've had people just even try to give me money before. They're just that friendly. It's a really good community and much nicer than certain other MMOs I've been on. Reason number 13, our Discord server. You don't have to fly alone. I lead a Discord community specifically designed to welcome new players while also providing a place where anyone can hang out, even the hardcore players. We bridge the gap between newbie and legend, so whether you need help with your first build or understanding how to slot your first enhancements or whatever have you, we got your back. Feel free to come and join the Discord server. The link is in the description, of course, and we're happy to answer that. Of course, as always, you're welcome just to ask questions right here in the comments section. I do my best to answer all of those, and a lot of them are prompts for me to do new videos on. So this is one way that our community is happy to give back to those of you who are coming in. So in conclusion, Homecoming is completely free, it's super fun, it's legal, and it has so much variety, and the community is waiting for you. The city needs heroes. It needs you. If you had fun with this game in the past, or you never had fun with this game before, now's a great time to come back home to City of Heroes Homecoming. And while you're at it, and you're waiting for the download launcher to get downloaded, go ahead and join our Discord community, and we'll see you in Atlas Park. Thank you so much for listening, and may God bless you.